Hi, this is Yuan. Thanks for following Suluza. We help companies start selling online in China. Number 1. The global economy and its analysis. According to a book named World Economy Analysis and Forecast published by IWEP, we are witnessing a decline in the growth of global economy with deflation and no obvious increase in the unemployment rate. We also witnessed a negative growth in international trade. Specifically, in 2019, we witnessed a decrease in the growth of global economy. Particularly, the growth of the world's major economies are slowing down. According to the statistics published by International Monetary Fund, the growth of the world's GDP in 2019 decreased by 0.6% year-on-year. However, because the unemployment rate is still relatively low and there is no large-scale unemployment in the world's major economies, and that they are experiencing deflation at the same time. Therefore, we can tell that the global commodity demand is decreasing. Moreover, a negative growth in international trade is recorded in 2019. A growth rate of 2.4% and negative 3.2% is recorded respectively for Q1 and Q2 2019 in terms of the volume of commodity exported, which was a decrease of 6.9% and 6.4% respectively year-on-year compared to 2018. A slower economic growth has happened on a global scale. In overall, it is clear to us that the volume of international trade from the world's primary economies is shrinking in scale, but China remained relatively strong for international trade compared to other countries and regions of the world, where the volume of international trade decreased by twofold. 2. Analysis on Chinese exports and imports. According to the statistics published by the General Administration of Customs of the People's Republic of China, the total value of Chinese exports and imports in 2019 amounted to 31.54 trillion yuan, an increase of 3.4% year-on-year. Particularly, the total value of exports amounted to 7.23 trillion yuan, an increase of 5%. Imports, on the other hand, amounted to 14.31 trillion yuan, an increase of 1.6%, and together they resulted in a trade surplus of 2.92 trillion yuan, and the trade surplus was further expanded by 25.4%. Taking a more holistic look, China's value of exports and imports have increased quarter-on-quarter in 2019. Specifically, the value of exports and imports in the first quarter amounted to 7.03 trillion yuan, accounting for 22.28% of the annual value. The total value of exports and imports for the second quarter was 7.68 trillion yuan, accounting for 24.33% of the annual value. The total value of exports and imports reached 8.26 trillion yuan in Q3 2019, accounting for 27.22% of the annual value. The total value of exports and imports was 3.01 trillion yuan in December 2019, a two-digit number increase compared from the same period last year to reach a growth of 12.7%. There are three characteristics to international trade in 2019. Characteristic 1. Imports from countries that have participated in the One Belt, One Road initiative have increased. According to a report named The Development of China's Imports in 2019, there is an obvious growth in the volume of trades from countries participating in the Belt and Road initiative. Specifically, the total import value from countries participating in the Belt and Road Initiative increased to $861.86 billion, and together they made up 40.36% of China's total imports in 2018, and this is 1.27 times higher than the number of that in 2013. Particularly automobile technology goods, household appliance, and agricultural goods are the main categories of imports. Characteristic 2. European countries are becoming China's primary trading countries, particularly for China exports. The scale of imports from the United States grown steadily from 1992 to 2018. The total value of imports reached $155.09 billion, a yearly growth of 11.62% on average is recorded. At the same time, United States total value of exports to China increased year on year. Specifically, it accounted for 7.21% of United States value of exports in 2018. China became the third largest exporting market for the United States, followed by Canada and Mexico. The total value of imports from the European Union increased dramatically between 2001 to 2018. Particularly, it skyrocketed from $35.71 billion in 2001 to $273.53 billion in 2018. In 2018, China became a primary destination for EU exports, and it accounted for 10.72% of the total value of exports from EU, to triple its number in 2001. Characteristic 3. The world's second largest importing country, covering more than 230 countries and regions. The source countries for China's imports have increased to cover almost every country around the globe. In 1979, China's import covered over 42 countries and regions. Almost 50% of imports were from Japan, America, and Germany. With China's rapid economic growth since it opened its door for foreign trade, China imported products from more than 230 countries and regions as of 2018. One, e-commerce platforms are where people can get in touch with imported products in China, and it has become the market trend. According to a report named China's Import Goods Market Research from Deloitte, live streaming sales has become one of the innovative channels for people to purchase imported products. According to the statistics, there is an increase of 76% on the consumption of imported products purchased from China's cross-border e-commerce platforms. The value of total imports driven by e-commerce platforms increased by 24.3% year-on-year to reach 45.65 billion yuan year-on-year. In 2019, the number of transactions driven by live streaming sales also increased steadily. 2. A decreased tariff is likely to help the market grow further. Benefit from China's decreased tariff on imported products, the market is expected to grow further. As of 2018, China's average tariff on imported goods decreased from 15.3% to 7.5% compared to the time when it first joined WTO. As of now, China reached a free trade agreement with 24 countries and regions and benefited from that. More than 8,000 products are free from tariff. On 1st of April 2019, China lowered its value-added tax from 16% to 13% on general goods, and the tax on cross-border e-commerce retail imports also decreased further. In overall, the outlook for China's imported goods market is largely positive. It is your time to take the chance now. For more information on digital marketing in China, please subscribe to Suluza.